It had been a while since I've wanted to put forth my views about the importance of tangible interfaces and how more or less it has been subdued by screen-based interfaces. I don't exactly know where I'm going with this. However, if you've read my rant, you probably know where I'm coming from. If you haven't already, you definitely need to see it here. Considering the attention span in these internet days, you may consider it to be a long one, though it's only about 3 pages long. Tangible interfaces thrive on the affordances that humans are embodied with, something that you could even say born with. Leaving all these possible interactions behind and moving on to one that needs to be learned doesn't seem to be a natural progression. Using the infinite possibilities of human bodies and the intricate dexterities of our hands, there should be interactions designed on top of these interfaces. The way to come up with tangible interfaces, in my opinion, is to study the gestures, actions, or manipulations made by people performing certain similar tasks. It is evident that we could find some patterns from these manipulations done by hand. We can then gauge the affordances of what is being manipulated, that is the object, and take its inherent properties to come up with that particular object or a related object as an interface. For example, consider travel. Within travel, we find a list of objects that are inherent in traveling. Say we narrow it down to shoes. Now, considering shoes as an interface, we can jot down the various possible interactions with it. And of these, we find those interactions that we can put to use or even build upon. Here we can see that the steps counter, which is usually worn on the wrist, fails in terms of the affordance with regards to steps, as hands have nothing much to do with steps, right? Maybe the shoes could have been a step counter. Maybe the shoes could denote directions. Maybe they could light up to show us our way in the dark. Maybe shoes can teach us how to jump, how to run better. They could even gamify some experience while traveling. Since our feet are our presence on the face of the earth, they should have been used for positioning purposes, right? For bags, suitcases, they would act as awesome interfaces for interaction. The particular set of keys or wallets without which you would never leave home, the list would go on. Shopping carts. The most inherent thing while shopping, which travels with you right from the moment you enter the mall, waits for you all the time that you are checking out other stuff, and comes back with you till your car. It is present all the time. Why should it be dumbed down to mesh of stainless steel rods on plastic edges? At least it could ease the work of a cashier by tallying the bought items. It could even navigate you to a place that you're looking for. In fact, it could even follow you without you needing to push it. The racks where things are kept are solely for the purpose of containing stuff. Definitely they could do more. I'm not in a way suggesting that we should digitize everything, but it would be good to know the expiry dates of certain food items and so on. Maybe the railings that we slide our hands on while going from floor to floor could be used as interface. The elevator button could do other stuff while the elevator opens up in front of you. Don't even get me started about the escalators. Every one of us has been to a doctor, and definitely more than one doctor. Healthcare is something that has tremendous data which everyone wants to preserve, but it keeps on going haywire. There seem to be no mapping of these data, no correlation, no referencing. We tend to collect and group medical data in phases during which something had happened. That particular group takes the precedence, and any past ailment history which is unrelated takes a backseat and probably not even thought of. There should be some very organized collation of medical data for all of us. Some interface that emerges out of this context will have a high affordance and will do a great job at this. To repeat a line in the rant that I had written, as shown brilliantly in the series Black Mirror, I dread the day when all we are doing is just waving our hands in an empty room.